Hi, it's Celeste, and I'm here to do a reading for today's new moon. Sorry it's a little late. I wanted to get this up a little earlier today, but had some things come up. I'm going to pull a card for the theme for today. Since it is a new moon, I'm going to ask that this reading be focused on what are we manifesting right now? What are you manifesting? This is going to be a reading for someone in the collective, possibly a group of you who are kind of on the same wavelength. Trying to tune into one specific group of you that will be watching this and need to hear it. Okay, I've got two here. Okay. So we have two different energies here, and my guides are giving me opposing energies. So the Sacred Fool is really about somebody who is living life in a state of willingness. So when the fool sets off on their journey, the fool is setting off without a map, without a plan. If they have a plan at all, it's probably full of their misconceptions and perceptions of the world. And what that journey ends up being about is about them learning something new, about them gaining some more knowledge that maybe they didn't have. There will be successes and there'll be failures along that path. And the Sacred Fool is really about being willing to go on that journey, being willing to step into the unknown and take a new chance. And there is something dark in this card. And I think what that speaks to is the unknown. It's this, there's this balancing act between when we think that we're acting of our own agency, sometimes we can be under the influence of people unwittingly. So we have this puppet here. And I think that that's what is saying. She's also like half naked here, and I feel that her nakedness speaks of vulnerability, but also showing her true self. When we show our true selves and when we are not defensive, that's actually a very sacred energy. It is a willingness to learn more, to go out and experience more in the world. And then we have this defend to the end, the worthwhile. And I've actually never pulled this card before, so I want to quickly look it up. I know what it's saying to me. It's saying to me something about, what it's saying to me is almost the opposite of what I just said. This is a defensiveness and a feeling that we have to be defensive and protect something. So I want to get what the creator's meaning was and see if there's any additional messages there that I'm missing. So what I'm getting is a sense of wanting to start something new, feeling like it's time for a fresh start, and yet there's the openness of this card, and this card is it's defensive. It's literally about defense. So 23. Okay, actually I really like this. I like this energy because to me what it's saying is that the sacred fool inside of us, inside of each of us, needs to be protected. Her innocence and her desire to go out and experience the world needs to be allowed. That's what needs to be allowed. And in order to allow it, we need to protect it a little bit. So that's what this defense is about. It's about protecting the part of you that wants to start new, that wants to take a chance, that wants to go on a journey, and knows that you may get hurt and you may get used out there in the world, but that you have what it takes to protect yourself. You have what it takes to take care of yourself when you realize things that are happening that are maybe, so it's like, don't be afraid to go and try something new just because you might get hurt. It's like you have the tools to take care of yourself. All right, so we're manifesting a new journey, and we're stripping away the need to stay small and that defensiveness, and we're replacing that defensiveness with an inner feeling of protectiveness. So there's that protectiveness that keeps other people out, and there is a protectiveness that sort of radiates from within and elevates you to the point where you don't need to stay small. You're protected by your inner light. Okay, yeah, here's the holding back. This is the energy of not moving forward, and this is that sense of enlightenment. And here we have disappointment. This is what you're protecting against. So we're feeling a little bit afraid here. This is us stepping onto our path. Despite all of these fears and this holding back, this is us stepping onto our path and taking that movement forward. This is a slow night. The Knight of Pentacles is sometimes referred to as the slow knight. He's methodical. He has a plan. So this is about you maybe wanting to have some sort of a plan. You want to have a plan, and you know that through this new journey that you're about to take, that you are going to lose some things, but you're kind of all about like, you understand that you're going to lose something. You understand that, and loss can be very, very physical, very tangible. It can be like a loss of, an actual, this is all about material and resources. So this could be about losing a job or losing something tangible to you. Maybe you're moving. You're taking a risk with moving, or maybe you're gonna start a new job or something like that. And this is really about, okay, I know I have to lose in order to get the new thing, and I'm gonna move carefully in these waters. I'm not gonna not go. I'm gonna do it carefully. So you're setting off on this journey with the intention to be very intentional and methodical about it, knowing that you can't always control all your losses, but through those losses, you're gonna get something better. You're gonna get something that you want. That can be a really hard place to be, but it happens to all of us, What do you need to be aware of that you're not, oops, that was not it. What are you not seeing right now? This could be good or bad. What are you not seeing? You know, sometimes we think of what's hidden from us as being like all the murky, shadowy things. And sometimes what's hidden from us, sometimes the thing that we can't see is actually the sun. So let's see what comes out of here. I'm not, you want to clarify the Five of Pentacles? No. All right. Well, it wants to come out. So what is it? All right. Okay. So this is probably about the Tower here. It's about the loss that you're mitigating right now, or that you're preparing for. I'm thinking that you're expecting to lose something. You're expecting to lose something tangible in order to gain this. So it's almost like a trade-off here. You're walking away from, well, I didn't get walking away from, but you're letting go of one thing in order to draw in this other thing. And the thing that you are losing or afraid of losing is very, you're worried about being, destitute, basically, but not just in, this is like in the very physical sense. You're also worried about losing a chance for, it's like a chance. You said all cups, right? And they're all reversed. So there's a worry that you're going to be rejected, and there's a worry that some emotion, you're worried that some emotion is going to be rejected here. And that is reflected here of the Eight of Swords reversed. This is also a fear. This may not be a founded fear, okay, because this is in the reverse. It's, you want to set yourself free from this prison that you're in, and I'm thinking that this is the prison, is this fear of losing. You know, you're going to be poor, you're going to be, if you make this change, take this chance, there's a chance that you might be rejected, or that it might, whatever happens might not, come to fruition. And there's this strong need for, okay, she's curled up in a nest, okay? There's this strong need for rest. You might be a little bit, okay, that's hidden from you. You'd be hiding it from yourself, that you need to rest. Let's pull a couple more cards just to clarify. Three of Wands. Yeah, there's going to be a waiting period here, and that's going to be, you may be a little bit concerned. Sometimes when we make a change, there's a period of time when we make the change where the new thing that we want, okay, the new thing hasn't come in yet, hasn't quite manifested or solidified. And that can be a little bit of a scary place where you're like, oh, it's happening. And that can prevent us from taking the chance. It's like, okay, it's all unknown. It's new territory. There's all these fears of loss, or of, if this could be about a relationship, is what I was getting. It could also just be something that you're very, very, very passionate about if it's not a relationship. This could be just something that you love. Something that you have a lot of emotion for. But it does feel a little bit like a relationship with this physical loss of like finances or resources, and then this fear of being rejected. So maybe there's someone else in your life that you are wanting to take a chance with and you're afraid of rejection. And then over here we have this, you're afraid that it's a trap, that you're going to trap yourself, and you're also worried about that time period where you've walked away from whatever it is that your old situation is, and you're needing to rest and wait for the new thing, if that makes a lot of sense. I am feeling a relationship reading here for some people. And then this thing that you're protecting is you and your heart, okay? It talks about defending. So what's worth defending? Defend to the end the worthwhile. What is worth defending? You, your heart. Taking care of, and by defending, I don't mean being defensive or closing off in any way. I mean like allowing love in. The ultimate defense for your heart is remaining open to love again. And instead of expecting rejection or living in fear of it, by living in fear of it, we create it. We create more isolation. We just don't take a chance. It's just a vicious cycle. I want to get some positive influence. This is a little bit of a dark reading, and that's kind of normal. I mean, people get caught up in their fears, and that's typically why they want it's typically why you want a tarot reading, or why you'd be drawn to tarot readings, is maybe things aren't going great in your life and you want them to be better. So you don't need to beat yourself up about that. This isn't about, always being positive. But I do like to add, like, how can we kind of harness these fears and turn that thinking and feeling around. So what are some, I didn't ask my question, so I'm gonna put these back. What are some hidden blessings? Hidden blessings that you haven't seen yet. Things you get a little caught up in the fear. Okay, this is over. Okay, this is a hidden blessing. So this card looks a little scary. The heart, and she's all tied up in it, and there's, these things coming off of it. So this is like anguish and heartbreak. That is over. You're done with that. That's a blessing. It doesn't feel it now. You're always like, oh boy. It's almost like you're worrying that it could get worse. It can't get worse than that. You're done with it, and that is a good thing. Okay, this is about like impulsiveness, and you're not feeling impulsive. So a lot of times what people think when you're, stepping out of a relationship and maybe moving into a new one, or wanting a new one, even if you haven't got somebody already, maybe what you're wanting is to start seeing somebody again. You're wanting to be in love again. And this is about, it's about understanding that impulsiveness has so there's a benefit to feeling that passion that drives our impulsiveness, but also understanding that passion is a very good thing, and we need to act on our passion in very, the word that's coming to mind is controlled, and I'm not sure that's really the right word, but we kind of want to add some wisdom. And that's what I'm getting from the reverse here, is that you understand that acting impulsively right now is not your friend, but acting from an inspired place, from a place that wants to feel passionate again is a very, very good thing. And 5 of Cups. So typically in the 5 of Cups, we have this woman who is, with this person that is lamenting over some spilled cups, and it is not focusing on the one that is right there. And what I sense, I really like this image. The feeling that I get from this image is that she's not, she could be looked at, it could be looked at 2 ways. Like, she could be lamenting these spilled cups, or she can just be taking her soul back, taking her heart back from all these things that she, that didn't work out. See how the energy is sort of flowing into the ground and then is kind of being, I guess you could look at it like it's going down into the ground, but I'm kind of looking at more like it's like she's taking it back. Like this is the love that she poured into this relationship, and this is her taking her power back. And look what's sitting behind her. This is a new opportunity that she hasn't fully embraced yet. And she's doing the work that she needs to do. So that's what's hidden from you. Those are the blessings that are hidden for you, is that you're done with all this. You've done your work. You have healed your heart. You're ready to be done with heartbreak. You are ready to go out into the world. This Page of Wands, I'm just noting, is very similar to the energy of the Sacred Fool. She's dancing in the sun and she's tossing this baton. And this is a very joyful card, a very passionate card. And I just feel that in this reading, that the reverse is just saying that you've got that fire in your belly and in your heart, but you're not going to get carried away by it. You're not going to allow yourself to let that hurt you. You're going to handle that differently this time. And again, you're going to handle this heartbreak differently. You're going to take yourself back from the heartbreak, and you're going to offer this full cup over here. You're going to offer that to someone else when you're ready, and not a moment before. All right, I'm going to get some guidance for you. A little bit of guidance for whoever this reading is for, Spirit. How can this person stay in their power? I think they're doing a good job of it. It seems like they are. Unfinished Symphony. It's funny how the same cards come out. Like, there's so many cards in this deck that I have actually never pulled, but I actually just got this one a couple weeks ago, I think, for a reading. The Unfinished Symphony is about your story is not over. Just because this story in the past is over, just because you are ready to start again, you know that you trust, and you know that there is more waiting for you out there. There's another chance, a fresh start. This is your change in the wind. This is what's happening right here. That's what this reading is. See, change in the wind. You are feeling the difference in yourself, the difference between your impulsiveness in the past, maybe your difference in this, letting this heartbreak get the best of you. And you are feeling the change, and you are really, really coming at this new start from a whole different perspective than before. They want me to get one more. You have to trust yourself enough to know when you've had a real shift. You know when you've had a real shift, the same thing does not show up for you. Or if it does show up, you see it differently. You see it for what it is when it comes around again. You go, oh yeah, I've been here before, and you do something differently this time. Or something pops up and you go, oh wow, I really have changed. That's interesting. Co-create. Okay, this is about co-creation. And this is what you know now, is that relationship is about co-creation. Relationship is about both of you showing up, and whatever was in your past, you're ready to let that go, and you're ready to move into a relationship with somebody who is ready to co-create something better with you. I'm gonna pull a miracles card. This is these are a lot of positive affirmations in here. I like that for the new moon and for this fresh start, since there's a little bit of hesitant energy in this reading. What's good? What's good for us to think about? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. This is about staying in that love vibration. And the love vibration starts with we often think in relationships about love being something that it's like an action that we do for other people, or a feeling, but love is really a state of being that we have for ourselves. And when we move into that state of being and we're in self-love, then all of our relationships transform from that place. That centered place of love guides us to other people who have that centered place of love inside of themselves as well. To trust yourself that you've changed and your inner light is shining in a new way. Okay. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. That's kind of what I was just saying, is that when you become aligned with that inner love, you start seeing others and you start attracting others. You become visible to others who are in the same state. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Embracing your peace within. That's what this card is. Remember this card? This is embracing your peace within. Allowing yourself to rest, to actually truly rest in that moment between the end of what was and the beginning of this new thing that it is that you're wanting to draw into your life. Enjoying that here and now moment that is the between. I'm gonna pull 3 self-care cards, and I pull 3 because you can pick one. I like these cards. This is a great thing for you to do for yourself on the new moon, is a little bit of self-care. It's a good time to set your intentions for the new thing that you want to draw in, and when you take good care of yourself, you're going to draw other people into your reality who do the same. So self-care is awesome new moon practice. Listen. So this is showing her listening to music, but listening, my guides were saying, listen to your inner voice of calm. That's your higher self. That is your enlightened self. Some people would call it your God self. That is the voice of wisdom inside of you. That voice never really pushes. It's sort of insistent, but in a very calm, quiet way that doesn't alarm you. Listening for that voice instead of this voice this panic that's like, oh, you're going to be rejected. Oh, you're never going to find somebody again. Oh, this didn't end well last time. Listen to the little voice that tells you that everything's going to work out. And you choose love for yourself. Stargaze. Go out and look at the stars at night. That's a really great thing to do any time of year, really, but summer here and it's nice stargazing weather. It says treat. And this is a picture of like a beverage that is a treat. Like maybe, oh, actually it might be a parfait. I kind of had that it was a beverage because it's in a glass, but it could be like a parfait layered with, you know, ice cream or yogurt or something like that. So treat yourself. What would a treat be like for you right now? What are you feeling called to give yourself? All right, you guys. I hope this reading was helpful. If you'd like and subscribe, it would help other writers find me. That would be awesome. And if you want to work with me, I do one-on-one coaching and writing mentorships. You can find my info on my About page or at arachneproject.com. We'll see you guys later. Bye.